Are you? We were talking about this off camera, but you know, I find it interesting that producers don't hear the lyrics.
I know.
Like, like it doesn't come first, I should say.
It doesn't, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was just because I was saying like we don't like producers were just listening to the vibe. We're
yeah,
listening to the music, we're listening to the beat, we're listening to the melodies, we're listening to the just the feeling of it. And I feel like when it comes to listening to lyrics, it's like we have to sit there and focus. Like we have to sit there and like use another part of our brain. It's like reading as opposed to just like
yeah.
watching a movie,
Right.
which is just like you're kind of in a daze. You know what I mean? You're kind of just lost in what you're seeing,
Yeah,
what you're listening to.
yeah, yeah,
So I don't know. For me, it's like I always listen to lyrics last. Like
yeah,
I'll listen to a song and like I have to be consciously focusing on the lyrics
yeah.
because I just want to catch a vibe to the beat, catch a vibe to the melodies. You know what I'm saying?
So I say, is it safe to say for you then production comes first, tone, melody?
Production, yeah, production, uh, tone, uh, yeah. I say production, melody, tone. I think it all groups. I think that's to me like how I hear a song. Like I
Yeah,
hear all those things first
yeah.
in one. You know what I'm saying? And then when I turn my producer ears on, I'm like listening to sounds and like
Soundscapes and all.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly, drums, and I'm listening to things coming in and out. But yeah, that's how I've always listened to music.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious, man, and I don't know if you'd be able to say it, but like, how do you get your drums to sound so fucking nasty, man? Like,
I appreciate it, man. Bro, just years of being so fucking picky. That's what it is. It's
okay.
just years of just like being meticulous
I've heard
and
you say that you hate everything you do. Like you work on shit and like you hate it. And
uh
until
in a way, it's almost like it's almost like I hear what I don't like first, usually.
right.
You know what I mean? It's
Of
like
course I
I
do.
pick up on the things that I don't like and then I kind of work backwards
Yeah.
in a sense. But that's how it is when I hear like even music in general. Like I always hear like, oh, I don't this thing I want to change, this thing I want to adjust. Like I want to get it so I feel the vibe of these things. It's like I'm healing the fucking thing, you know, or fixing the thing. You know, it's like a healing process.
Sure.
But for me, it's like it's just very meticulous. It's like I just take my time. And nowadays I kind of changed my process up. I used to back in the day, I would, when I go through like making a beat, like I'd have like a library of like millions of sounds, like literally, and just like I make beats from like a pack of just like so much options. Where now it's like my process is like, yo, I pick my favorite things that I feel sound good,
Okay.
and I put them together in like a smaller group,
Okay.
and I create like that. And I feel like that's worked for like guys like the Neptunes, like
For
Timbaland,
sure.
like because if you listen back to their sound, their shit was kind of had like a sound of
Consistency.
it's consistent exactly. It had like a vibe. It had like a thing they went back to. So I was thinking to myself, I should just produce like that. It will get rid of for me, it'll get rid of like the overthinking of like trying to find the right thing. Whereas like the right thing is already there. Just like
Hmm.
just have fun,
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
create. So
But I say that I think in the beginning you would hear a T minus record and or a record and you're like, oh, you know that's T minus.
mm,
But I think as your career has gone on, I can't really place you. I
yeah,
just know it's hit
for
records,
sure. I
right?
appreciate that. Yeah,
Like the London, for example.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That don't sound like anything that,
No,
you know. Um tell me about that record. How'd that come about if you remember?
I was in New York, working with Cole, working with Thug, and yeah, I remember we were just in the studio. Travis Scott pulled up. He had like a show in New York at the time, and I remember they were all in the studio just cooking
No.
up, and Thug and Travis walked into the room I was in. I was playing a beat, and it was a beat that wasn't intended for them. I was just like playing a beat, and Thug heard it. He's like, "Yo, like we should try some shit like this."
Okay.
And he just like, "Yo, like load it up." So
Yeah.
he loaded it up. Travis went in the booth. He did like his 1 2. Thug did his thing.
Fire.
Cole did his thing, and that was it. That was it, really. It was kind of unexpected though, because I never intended for them to take that beat. I never even wanted them to hear it. I would
Massive,
never even thought of playing it for them.
massive record.
Yeah,
Massive record. Yeah, that was just by chance.
just by chance. It was
God's
just an
timing.
accident, a little happy accident right
Little
there.
happy. Yeah, those are the best.
Yeah,
But like
for sure.
that's a perfect example. Like I didn't even know that you made that until like a couple years later.
No
No,
way.
I had no idea to
Crazy.
be honest with you.
That's dope.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you're so versatile,
I
right? So
appreciate it.
like I, you have a sound for sure, right? That you've developed, but I think you've gone so beyond that where you can do so many. You can land in so many different pockets. It feels like
For sure. I mean, I love all music, and I still have dreams of doing different things, like doing different genres and stuff. But as of late though, bro, I will say like I've been developing like a newer sound for myself, like
Okay.
even something that is just like just for me, like a
Okay.
vibe, a style, and doesn't when I say just for me, it's not intended to for the world to hear it necessarily, but if the world hears it, they hear it. You know what I'm saying?
You working on something here?
Oh, I mean, I'm always working on stuff, man.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
but actually, no, for real though, like
yeah,
for me, it's just all about having fun, being creative. Like
yeah,
what I'm referring to is just like a different sound as far as like production goes. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like
yeah.
just I feel like music's been kind of stagnant lately, hip hop especially. So I'm just focused on like trying new things, and I feel like I stumbled on something really cool, really special.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, it's just letting the world hear it, letting the
Yeah.
world hear it at the right time.
How do you? That's another question I had actually. How do you know when it's time for people to hear it?
Well, when an artist hears it and they say, "This
It's
is,"
as simple as that.
yeah, as simple
So
as
you've been
that.
playing the shit for people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, not really, not even, not yet, because I haven't really been. Again, I've been so focused on family and
Yeah,
and
of
and,
course.
and cool world that it's like getting out there. I haven't even fully dived in. I'm actually looking forward to it though, like getting
Yeah.
with more artists and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Because I really want to share more of my music, bro, with the world any way I can.
One of the ways to do that is if you control the process,
For sure.
right?
Yeah, definitely. That's also been something I've been thinking about too.
Okay.
Doing my own project, putting out my own music. Yeah, for
Would you,
sure.
as that is that come further along, or I mean, still thinking through it?
Yeah, I think you know what it is, man. It's it could be a little analysis paralysis, to be honest, but it's also just like
Analysis paralysis.
you ever heard of that before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just overthinking the process, but also I'm also just so focused on other things, like so many other things in life, man. I
Being
just
a
had a
father.
I just had a third kid,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Congrats.
Thank you, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Finishing up call, yeah,
How do you? This is super important. I think going back to, you were like on a crazy run. I mean, the whole 15 years is a crazy run, right? But you're on this crazy run up into 2013. Then you take a break to kind of just center yourself, and then you get back into it. What do you learn in that to be able to continue this longevity in your musical career? How do you balance it?
I mean, bro. I mean, at this stage, it's like almost treat it like a bit of a 9 to 5, to be honest, without it being monotonous and boring.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
just making time for certain things. It's like, yo, at a certain time, it's like I have other things I have to take care of. You know what I mean? Like other people depend on me
Yeah.
beyond just like artists. It's like now it's my kids. So for me, it's just like I get up early now. I don't even, bro. I can't remember last time I went to bed at like 6 in the morning.
Trust me.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm going to bed at like 11 nowadays. Like I can't remember that. I'm
That's
on daddy
you're on
time.
that side
Yeah, I'm on
of
that side.
life.
Exactly. So, I'm up at like 7 in the morning, you know what I mean? Get my daughter to school,
Yeah.
come home. Then I have some time to do some things.
More
Right.
regimented.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Before it was chaos. Like it was like go to bed at whatever time, wake up whatever time,
Yeah.
hang out with friends,
Yeah.
make music, whatever. It's
Yeah.
just chaos, bro,
Yeah.
in a sense. Which
There's
honestly it worked. It worked for me. It was fun. It was fun at the time.
Yeah, yeah, I get it,
Yeah.
for sure. And this
Mm,
this business thrives on that chaos
for sure.
in many ways,
I know. It
right?
is kind of crazy.
You I find that interesting because I think you're talking about something where a lot of artists I feel like they need to stay in that chaotic space, but like you haven't missed a beat, really. I mean, you
Yeah.
continue to crush it. And so if there's any wisdom you could, impart on where it's not a bad thing to be structured when you're creating.
For sure. No, I think it's great. I think even I've always also heard like a guy like Pharrell has been structured before. Like,
I spent months in the studio with him.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a
So
couple of years ago. That's where I met Barry. Funny
really,
enough,
oh,
yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, man, it's like I, I'm a big believer that like creativity doesn't has nothing to do with out here. Like I've never been the type where it's like, oh, I gotta go somewhere to get inspired. It's like, yo,
Mm,
inspiration is already in here. So it doesn't matter at whatever time of day or wherever I'm at, like I can make music. Because it's like it's not coming from out here. Sure, the vibe is nice. If the vibe is nice, it can lift the spirit up or whatnot. But like for me, it's like, yo, I can make music right over there. I can make music in my car. I can make music at home. Like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? For me, at least, and I don't think it does for other people. I think it's kind of a mind fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
yeah,
Mindf
in the sense of like people think that like they need this chaos. It's like, nah, you don't need that chaos.
Yeah,
Like it's all you can be creative at any point. You can be creative any time of the day. It's just practice. You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You practice well being chaotic and making music, then yeah, you're gonna get good
That's
at it.
yeah, and then you
You could also be you could practice this having a healthy regimen
yeah,
and doing what needs to be done.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I feel that.
You know what
I
I'm
feel that
saying?
in many ways.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, it's just life. You just move with what life gives you.
Yeah, especially when you get older, bro, because you need to slow it down regardless. Like
Yeah,
life will slow you down, man. The
for
gravity
sure.
gets lower, bro, when
For
you get
sure,
older.
bro. For sure. It's what it's all about, man. It's just figuring it out one step at a time. Like for me, like I never thought I would be waking up at no 7 o'clock in the morning to handle life
That's
type
the
shit.
time you're going to sleep at when you're in your 20s.
Yeah, for real, for real. But hey, man. And then honestly, when I work with other artists, sometimes I make it work the other way. Like
Yeah,
if I have to, if I gotta go to bed at like 5 in the morning, it is what it is. We get it done.
yeah.
You know.
What do you like at this point in your career more? Do you enjoy working more with the artist in the studio or working at home sending out stuff?
That's a good question. I actually really enjoy like collaborating in the studio.
Mhm.
I find I get more success from that. Nowadays, bro, sending beats like beat packs is like so hard, man. Back in the day, it used to be like the way I
Yeah,
would send a pack to Drake or whoever, and they're taking beats.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But nowadays, I find that you got to be in the room because there's just so many other producers that you're competing with,
right.
and most of the time, the artist is with a producer when you're sending packs, so
True.
they might not even listening to it or
They're not trying
checking
to
it.
open it.
Exactly. So for me, it's about getting
Yeah,
in the
imagine
room.
you're a producer in the room in the studio. Mine is Pat comes through like, nah, bro, delete
Yeah,
this.
yeah, 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 yeah. Imagine it.
I ain't trying to I ain't trying to get no, I'm trying to get on the album.
Yo, for real. But yeah, no, I like being in the studio, man. It's just more fun. Like you can understand where the artist is at and you can kind of figure it out with them. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's not just about making a dope beat, man. It's about like getting in with the artist and almost feeling them out. You know what I'm saying? Like feeling out what they're where they're at in their life or feeling out what they're trying to do and just facilitating the best way. Like I'll bring in like other people's beats or other people's ideas and
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just being a facilitator too.
facilitator.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's really dope. Like I said, man, you're like I think that approachable spirit of you also internalize that and take that to wherever you're going and putting other people on.
For sure. I love doing that, man. That's
Yeah,
been that's been a great joy of mine as well. Like
yeah.
through the years, like putting on some of the guys that I've known. Like
That's the most exciting shit, man.
it
Putting
is,
other people
man.
on. I think
Yeah,
like
because it's like you live through them.
yeah,
Like whenever I call one of my boys up and give them good news about a song, they're like, "Oh, so dope!" Like, thank you so much. They're so happy. It's just like I feel that joy.
especially if it's their first time. Like
Exactly,
yeah, getting a
exactly. When it's
placement.
their first time, and
Yeah,
it's like you kind of relive that moment. Because like for me, it's like I've already lived that moment so many times. Like I've had the single so many times. So to watch somebody else have it, it's like, man,
yeah,
it's like I get to live through
yeah.
that again.
Is that what keeps you excited?
Definitely. That's a huge part for me. It's a community. It's about building up the youth and stuff like that. Like I love that side. I love collaborating with the guys that are new, like bringing them on. Like that's been a great joy for me.